Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Doomsday. If these are episodes, they are certainly episodal in some sense. I am the semiotician, and last time we played some Bug Doomsday. It was this list right here. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. We did quite well in it. We finished 4-1, and I was overall quite happy with where my list was at after making a few changes based on other bug decks that I had seen, and yeah, it overall felt like pretty nice. And I was going to record another league with this Pure Turbo Doomsday deck, but then our Doomsday friend Eureka ends up finishing second place in a challenge this weekend, having played a Tempo Doomsday deck that in some respects looks quite similar to the bug list that I was playing in our last video. In fact, I quite like this version of Tempo, which we're going to try today. Basically, I have not really played much of the Tempo Doomsday version, so it's possible I'm going to screw a lot of stuff up. I have played a lot of Delver in the past, but not recently. Not really since I've taken up Doomsday have I played Delver seriously. I was playing a lot of Delver in the Expressive Iteration meta, and then just after Expressive Iteration was banned, I actually somehow took Teamer Delver to the top 8 of a showcase challenge. And that's how we got this sweet legacy prestige avatar here. So I do have some experience playing Tempo, but it's been a while. I'm a little rusty on my Tempo gaming, and this deck is kind of nothing like Delver, though it is, I guess, a little bit like Delver in some respects. I will say that I'm not playing the exact 75 of the Eureka list. Sorry, I'm just getting this freaking sideboard. Everything's beautiful till it's not, Sorry. I'm not playing the full 75 that Eureka was playing. Eureka posted in the Doomsday Discord a few changes. So I kind of read what they said and then started tinkering around with things. So the thing that they said most notably was that they mistakenly had 2 copies of Scalding Tarn that they didn't have enough time to change for 2 more Misty Rainforests. So we've corrected that error. We have the 4 Misty Rainforests and the 4 Polluted Deltas, which can get all of our lands, right? If you have Scalding Tarn, you can't get this Bayou, and this Bayou could be important in certain spots, right? Where you have to put a Doomsday on the stack the old-fashioned way using all black sources, and you happen to draw your Scalding Tarn for turn, and you can't get your Bayou, say. So we've kind of rectified that by adding the Misty Rainforest to the list. Eureka was also commenting on Tamiyo being better than Bowmasters. Also, I had to buy these Tamiyos. I did not have Tamiyo, which is one of the reasons I haven't been playing the Tempo deck in any of the videos. All the other videos where I was playing Tamiyo in the Esper builds, like the more controlling builds that I was playing earlier on in the channel's history, they were all because I just had access to Tamiyos via the all access package that they occasionally put on Magic Online. So we now have Tamiyos. We now have the ability to play Tamiyos. Eureka's assessment was that the Tamiyo is better than the Bowmaster, and they thought that potentially even you could cut a Bowmaster. I'm not exactly sure what they have in mind. I suppose you could replace Bowmaster number 3 with Tamiyo number 4, which I did pick up in case we wanted to do just that. And then I was also thinking, what if we just cut a Bowmaster and played a Murktide Regent? Let's check our blue count really quickly here. 23 blue cards. That's a nice amount of blue cards. Before moving to the sideboard and the other changes that I've made there, let's just make a quick kind of comment on the general overview of the list here. I never played the Tempo deck when Psychic Frog was reigning, and it was maybe even the better Doomsday deck than the Turbo Doomsday list. I was focusing on Turbo Doomsday in preparation for Eternal Weekend. And so I never really took the Frog list for much of a spin at all. I just knew, or my general kind of feeling about these Tempo Doomsday lists was I kind of dislike what I think certain other players like a lot, which is the flexibility that this strategy gives you. Well, it's certainly sweet, right? That you can pivot between Bowmaster, Barrow-Goyf, Beatdown, with Tamiyo support, and then a quick Doomsday win with Dark Ritual Doomsday. I sometimes feel like you're just a worse tempo deck and you're just a worse Doomsday deck as a result of trying to like play this intricate dance between strategies. And so it's something that I just like have not really been able to understand 100% while I've been playing the list, or at least I haven't been able to um, pilot the list in such a way that I'm flexible on that tightrope. So we'll see how it pans out for us today. It's possible I'm just going to make a number of really boneheaded errors and just like fail to understand how this deck works. It's not really like my play style. If I want to play tempo, like I'm inclined just to say, let's not play these Doomsdays. Let's play some Murktides instead. Let's play some more Dazes, some Fatal Pushes, and just do it the old-fashioned way. If I want to play Doomsday, like let's do the bug. Let's do the bug turbo Doomsday, right? Like let's just put them to the test with our 4 discard spells, our Dark Rituals, our Doomsdays, and our Veil of Summer, or whatever that may be. But nonetheless, Eureka did well with this list, and so I want to give it a shot. Eureka has a Patreon. And so I'm sure that there'll be some more higher level analysis with someone who actually knows how to play tempo Doomsday as opposed to me. So if you're looking for that, like I'd highly recommend checking out their Patreon. I'll link that in the description below. And then also Martin Nielsen posted a video playing this bug tempo Doomsday list on Friday as well. And now I mean, realistically, anyone who's watching my content will already be aware of Martin Nielsen's work, because in fact it was Martin who really inspired me to play Doomsday in the first place. I really enjoy Martin's content. If by chance you're not a follower of Martin on YouTube, like drop over to his channel and give him a sub, because he's always experimenting with Doomsday and other legacy decks, and it's a great fun time, and Martin's just awesome. So we have to pay respect where respect is due here. Basically, the deck looks pretty straightforward to me. One thing that I particularly like about this deck is that it actually seems to play a bit more to the turbo side of things than it does to the tempo side of things. So like in the past, I've never really seen personal tutors before in these tempo strategies. And so the fact that we still have 2 personal tutors is like really, really cool to me, because it means that we can play the more turbo Doomsday plan when we need to. So that I really, really like. We still have access to the Veil of Summer. We've got some Force of Wills, some Street Wraiths, some Doomsdays, Jaces, so on and so forth. Moving over to the sideboard, Eureka noted that they did not find the Brazen Borrower very interesting, and that they were hoping for there to be more Brazen Borrowers, less Brazen Borrowers and more Force of Negations in the sideboard. So I cut a Brazen Borrower in favor of a Force of Negation. I suspect that whoever made the list initially had the Brazy be in there as an answer to Chalice. And so what I did was I cut the copy of the Long Goodbye in favor of a copy of Abrupt Decay, which can kill Chalice. I'm honestly not sure why we would be playing the Long Goodbye when we're already playing Bug. Long Goodbye seemed to me to be technology, at least in blue-black versions of Doomsday in the past, where you don't get access to green to play Abrupt Decay. Let me just make sure that Long Goodbye doesn't do something crazy that I'm not thinking of, or do something that Abrupt Decay doesn't do, but I think it's like pretty much the same, right? Destroy target creature or planeswalker with mana value 3 or less, can't be countered. I'm going to play Abrupt Decay. I want to be able to target Chalice. This blue painter deck, it also seems to have potentially some purchase there. In fact, we might want to play 2 Decays, because the other thing that Eureka suggested in the Discord was that we want more Grafdigger's Cages, and that, or more Graveyard Hate of some variety, and that we also want more removal. But I'm looking at this sideboard and I'm just thinking, like, how do we make a cut to like what are we supposed to cut to make those changes? It looks so tight. I don't really want to cut these Veil of Summers. They seem really nice in the blue-black meta. I don't want to cut these Carpet of Flowers. They seem really nice at beating Wasteland. The Grafdigger's Cages, if we need Graveyard Hate, we can't really cut that. I did add the 3rd negation. It's possible we could cut a negation for another removal spell, but the negation seems pretty great too at stopping combo. And then we're also like just pretty light on discard in general in the deck with only 2 Thoughtseizes, but I guess we have the main deck Jace to fight against Consigned to Memory in certain spots, and we also just don't even need to win with Doomsday. But I think I would like another removal spell in the deck, especially if we're going to be like pivoting around. What am I supposed to cut for that removal spell? Could it be a Barrogoyf? Like, is that crazy? Because then we're like kind of diluting the creature threat package of the deck. We could also just cut this Fatal Push and just play 2 Abrupt Decays, but that strikes me as a little strange too. I really don't know what to do. Like, the sideboard feels so tight. Hmm. I do want one more push though. Like, I feel like push decay is like pretty sweet. Eureka wanted to add discard, or graveyard hate, so I feel weird removing one. Maybe we can get away with just 2 fawns. I think I want to keep the 4 Barrogoyfs. We'll try just the 2 fawns. We'll try Abrupt Decay. We'll try Fatal Push. We could cut these Grafdigger's cages for extirpates to play the technology that I've been experimenting with at that Legacy 5K. I even noticed that JPA, Sneak and Show Player Extraordinaire, had 2 copies of extirpate in their Grixis Show and Tell deck. And then the last thing is, like, do we want to cut a Bowmasters in favor of a Murktide or a Tamiyo? Playing just a juicy Murktide seems pretty sweet. And if we had a Murktide in the main deck, could we actually cut a Barrogoyf from the sideboard? Is that crazy? Maybe when Eureka was thinking about cutting a Bowmaster, they didn't have adding a Murktide in mind, but let's add 1 Flying Dragon. This could be stupid. I could just be like wrecking things that don't need to be wrecked, but this also increases our blue count, which is pretty awesome. Then maybe we can, now that we have like just another bigger beater in the main deck, perhaps we can cut a Barrogoyf in favor of that 3rd fawn again. But 4 Barrogoyfs just seems so sweet. Alrighty, we've got our first opponent. We won our die roll. Oh, Jesus. We've got mana, we've got counter magic, and we've got a ponder. If one of these lands was anything else, I don't mind this hand, but there's also like a world where this isn't that bad. Potentially our ponder gets us what we're looking for. I'm going to keep. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm going to lead on a ponder here. This hand doesn't strike me as very good. These cantrips are quite nice. I don't mind a Dark Ritual. Ponder's pretty cool though too. Maybe we don't even care about Dark Ritual because we've got so much mana in our hand already. We can take all of these cards. So let's do this. This again is kind of silly. If they Thoughtseize us, they'll see the Dark Ritual and know we're up to no good, when really we'd like to be feigning like blue-black. Opponent plays an island and passes. We'll come back to our turn. We'll draw our Brainstorm. I think I'm going to fire the Brainstorm, pick up that Ponder and 2 new cards. Here we can put both of these back. And then I think I want to Thoughtseize my opponent there. And maybe I'm supposed to be picking up blue mana. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay. They're just playing straight up control. What the heck am I supposed to take? There's Snapcaster Mage. I could take Back to Basics, just given the way that I've fetched. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to take the Back to Basics. I could take Prismatic Ending, because that's going to get fired at our creatures. But I think at this point, I want to take their Back to Basics, and then I want to like try to find Doomsday. We're not going to win this matchup by being tempo gamers. That much seems sure to me. And there's a Bowmasters. Okay. I think we can afford to ponder here. Those ones I don't care too much about, so we're going to shuffle them. There's an Edge of Autumn. Slowly building toward the Doomsday here. Let's just pass the turn. And see what our opponent wants to do. Stoneforge Mystic. I think we just have to let it go. It doesn't feel good though, because we're gonna die very quickly. I'll bin this Force of Will. Doomsday, anybody? Street Wraith. There's Ponder. I guess I'll play the Bowmasters in response. We'll hit this. They've got the Plowshare. Playing their islands. They're going to activate their dude. They're not activating their dude. We really need to find a Doomsday here. Can I wait one more turn? So they're going to go end of turn, Batter Skull, untap, Jammed Cauldra, attack for 9, putting me to 8. I think we can take one more turn. Sorry. Okay, the living weapon's in. I guess we can chump one of these things too. Here comes the Cauldra. We're going to chump here, take 5. And then it's really just going to come down to this, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so what does my opponent have left in their hand? One unknown card. Well, we certainly need to make a move here. So let's cast Personal Tutor. Put Doomsday on top. Cycle Street Wraith. Cast Dark Ritual. Cast Doomsday. They're going to Brainstorm in response. Is Brainstorm their last card? I think Brainstorm is their last card, right? So we can force this Brainstorm. I think we've got him here. Okay. So we're going to need a Brainstorm. We're going to need a Lion's Eye Diamond, a Street Wraith, a Consider, and like a Street Wraith. How does this work? Cycle Edge of Autumn, draw Brainstorm, cast Brainstorm. It's considered is supposed to be Ponder. Well, we know they don't have a removal spell that they can play, right? I think this is just fine. We're going to go to 4 here, so the 2 Street Race doesn't make sense. Ponder, I guess. I guess the Ponder doesn't really help us, so we'll just do it like this. Cycle Street Wraith, crack this for triple blue. So, I mean, here our opponent clearly thought that we were just playing tempo. And then all of a sudden they were dead to Doomsday. Like the Bowmaster just threw off our send perfectly, right? And then we were able just to get there. So that's really, really nice. Give me 1 second here. Oh, sorry, it was my partner's lunch break as soon as I started recording this video, and so I'm kind of distracted now. We only have a little bit of time to sideboard. What do we want against blue-white control? Like these cards don't strike me as bad Magic cards. I kind of don't feel like we really want to be tempo gamers too much in this matchup. So we definitely don't want the Murktide Regent. But then, like, what else don't we want? The Bowmasters seem fine in certain spots, right? Like they're playing Jace and all of these other cards. I could kind of see cutting like one Force of Will, maybe. Maybe we can cut a Lotus Petal and one of our Cyclers. Then I suppose we could cut a Tamiyo, but these are like all fine distractions. Maybe one days because we're on the draw. Um, yeah, let's do this. This is weird. I don't know what I'm doing, but this is what I'm doing. All right, we got to focus. This time we've got a Tamiyo, we've got Double Edge, and then Brainstorm. I think I'm going to keep this hand. I think I'm going to keep this one. Opponent leads on islands. And there's another Brainstorm. I kind of just want to pass now. And then we'll play Tamiyo on turn 2 with like Veil plus Brainstorm protection. Maybe. Maybe that's dumb. Maybe you're just supposed to jam. Interesting. Okay, they've got a Lavinia. That's neat. That actually makes me want to cut my forces. Let's Undercity Sewers. I don't mind picking up a Street Wraith, to be honest. Like, it's just going to help when it comes time to Doomsday, which is how I foresee us actually winning this game. So let's play a Tamiyo here. And then we'll pass. If my opponent wants to kill our Tamiyo. Oh, counterbalance. Counterbalance is so annoying. All right. Let's jam with a Tamiyo. We'll make a clue. And honestly, like, I guess I could try firing a Brainstorm here. Just see what happens. It's probably going to get countered. It's so likely to get countered. Yeah, consigned to memory, just sitting pretty on top. Oh god, I hate playing against counterbalance. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Sure. I think I'm going to grab the Bayou here just for Doomsday purposes. And let's see if this Veil just gets countered. No, okay, there's a Vista on top. We draw Doomsday. Oh, this is good. This isn't going to work. They're attacking with Lavinia. We draw Brainstorm. I guess we get in there to start. You make another one of these. And then I think I'm going to put Brainstorm on the stack here. We know this resolves. If we can find a Dark Ritual, that would be so good for us. Ooh, okay. So one of the things that we actually could have done here is put Brainstorm on top with Doomsday on top of that, and then like cast Veil of Summer, play Lion's Eye Diamond, and then cycle Edge, cycle Street Wraith, holding priority on both of them, crack the LED in response, and then draw into Doomsday plus Brainstorm. And I'm not sure if that gets us a win because then we only have Brainstorm in our hand after, but it's certainly something we might have considered in this spot. I guess we can put back a Veil of Summer and a Lion's Eye Diamond. We can flip Tamiyo. We can plus Tamiyo. We can play Misty. And then we can pass. They're brainstorming. Attacking Tamiyo. That all checks out. Right, they have a consigned to memory. Oh, I forgot to fetch. That was really bad. I was supposed to fetch and draw a card there. I was supposed to fetch and draw a card there. Sorry. Well, let's plus Tamiyo again. Now I kind of feel like we actually just can't go for it here. think I'm going to pass again. I feel really bad about not cracking the clue token there. Still partially distracted. Oof. Yeah, let's pass one more time. We're actually going to draw with the clue in the end step this time. I think there's a veil on top, which we don't really want, though I don't really want this LED either. The Lavinia is really problematic. They have the consign too, so we're probably going to have to win with Jace. The consign means they're like not going to be too incentivized to pass like without having some number of manas up. The longer we wait, the longer we let them like brainstorm and just always have a 1 on top of their deck it's really not good for us. Things gonna get like that. So we're gonna go, I think, I could just cast Brainstorm in the end step too, but that's kind of our blue card. Grab Underground Sea, eat a clue. Kind of wanted that land. Thoughts on Brainstorm and end step? They definitely have a 1 on top. They definitely have a 1 on top, don't they? What happens if I just put a Veil of Summer onto the stack? There's no way the Veil resolves, right? What happens if I put Doomsday on the stack, actually? They're going to fetch. And then I'm going to fetch. And then I'm going to play Veil. And then they're going to Brainstorm. And now I can't force their Brainstorm. Okay. So that gets countered with Brainstorm. And then they've got a hard cast force on the Doomsday. And now we got basically nothing. Okay. Maybe we can just take this Tamiyo up and kill them, but it's doubtful. I was really not wanting to play against Control the first time playing this deck, but there's back to basics. Sure. All right. Well, that sucked. They have Lavinia, huh? Maybe I want a Fatal Push. Okay. Okay, do we lead on Tamiyo or do we lead on Thoughtseize? I actually kind of think I just want to lead on Tamiyo. If they want to plow this, that's totally fine. Ponder's great. We'll draw Cavern of Souls, not bad. We'll play Bayou. We'll Thoughtseize our opponent. Snap Sap, Teferi, Teferi. I guess I'll take their Ponder. Cast a Ponder of my own. Those can be in any order shuffle. Okay, we've got an Orcish Bowmasters and a Tamiyo this time. But our opponent's got a bunch of things. Now they've got a Swords to Plowshares. Well, we couldn't have really protected this anyways from that, so that's going to work. They still have a Plains. But yeah, I'm feeling like we're probably just dead here. Fatal Push. Oh, what a loser. All right. Maybe my opponent goes for like a Snapcaster Ponder here. I would be tempted. If they go for a Teferi, I'll respond with Bowmasters. I believe. We'll ping them. Teferi's just going to tick up. We'll grab Undercity Sewers in the end step to get some Surveil action. It's a Dark Ritual. Kind of past the point of wanting that old chestnut. There's a Brainstorm. Let's fire the Brainstorm. Ugh. Play Cavern. Name Wizard. Go to the attacks. Hit the Teferi. Pass the turn. Yeah, let's just keep pecking away at it. Right. Oh, right. I can't even push here. Yeah. Interesting. I kind of just want to cast this Veil now. Just try to draw an extra card. I really want to land so that next turn I can lead on Veil into Doomsday. Okay, we just get a Bowmaster. I guess we'll play out the Bowmaster. Another kind of distraction against our opponent. They got the Brainstorms. They're going to fire that off. I mean, if they just draw into back to basics, we're dead here, but what can you do? Just keep throwing pivot distractions out there. Again, I don't foresee us ever actually whittling down our opponent's life total, so we'll just ping this stupid Planeswalker. Please don't head back to basics. Lavinia is pretty frustrating as well. Consider. Oh, I don't feel like I can just put this on the stack, just the Doomsday on the stack yet, so let's do some digging. Oh. Well, there's a Carpet of Flowers. Let's play Carpet. Let's play Carpet. Let's push the Lavinia. Let's attack Teferi Time Raveler. Got Plow for Bowmaster is totally fine. That to 3. We're not going to bother using Carpet's ability. We'll pass the turn. We'll take one more draw. They might bounce the Carpet. They might Prismatic Ending the Carpet, which would be really bad for us. They're just ticking up the Teferi and passing. Land was exceptional. Okay. Now we're going to go Veil of Summer. Veil of Summer just resolves. Now I think they're just dead to Jace, right? Is there anything they can do in response to a Jace? Let's go to our second main phase. Use Carpet's ability. We'll add blue. We'll go like this. Go like that. All right. And I think we can just win with Jace here. Want that. Street Wraith. Or can we? Cycle into Jace, cast Jace. Because I cycled this, cut a Street Wraith, am I actually not able to win here? I actually might not be able to win here. Oh, no. Okay, I guess we have to give them a turn then. This is so unfortunate, the fact that I cut the bloody other cycler. There. This. I guess I should have drawn Thoughtseize here as well. I mean, they can plow this too. Snapcaster Mage. But yeah, I played very, very slow. I'm sorry, opponent. Looking for Red Blast. If they find the Red Blast, though, I still have them with the Oracle unless they have Consign plus Red Blast, in which case this card was supposed to be Thoughtseize, and I'm just stupid. But we shall see. Okay. We'll go yes. We'll add some blue. Let's go cancel. Let's go like this. Let's cast a Thassa. And now they've got the Consign on the Thassa. Okay. Jace target ourself. There we go. All right. All that worked out fine. But yeah, I played a little bit slow there. I was a bit distracted throughout, but we will return to a bit more speedy play here in a second. Wow, I haven't been that low on the clock in a while. Somehow got there. Okay, we're 1-0. Don't know that we deserve to win that one, but we got there. All right, we've got an opponent for round number 2. Yeah, we can keep this. I think Personal Tutor's just our pitch card. I don't think we want to go tooting for something. Like, what would we get here? We could get Thoughtseize. We could get Edge Bottom. We get Ponder. Or we could just get Undercity Sewers, right? I'm kind of into that. Kind of into just getting Undercity Sewers. Unclear if we need to pitch this Jace yet. And it depends on what we're up against. If we can get this Jace out in a couple of turns, like get a couple lands, that could be nice. We've got the Doomsday already. This hand seems pretty sweet. Dark Ritual would be a fantastic draw. Opponent's on a mull to 6. Okay, dealt to go. So in that first match, like, in game 1 especially, the fact that we had the Bowmasters and we just killed out of nowhere with Doomsday, like, that was awesome. Our opponent was not expecting That. Hopefully this isn't Delver. This feels like Delver. Okay. Underground Sea into Thought Seas. Do we Undercity Sewers daze the Thought Seas? I kind of want to. I kind of want to get Undercity Sewers. Take a Surveil. I think I want to daze the Thought Seas. Island. Honestly, yeah, we'll keep that. I think we'll keep the island. It's not the best because we have Doomsday in hand, but it certainly helps with the Jace. I think I'm fine with this. And then if they want to daze back, they absolutely can. Then we're kind of just both in the shitter and they can take whatever they want. Like, I guess they can take Doomsday. And here we just get like some number of selection, right? So we're going to take this card. We're going to play the Undercity Sewers again. And wow, there's Dark Ritual, which we're just going to leave on top. And so now even if they Wasteland me, looking pretty hot here. Ancient Tomb. Ancient Tomb. I think I'll fetch before Doomsdaying, though maybe that's not what we want to do here. Fire a Dark Ritual into a Doomsday. My opponent's got a Spell Pierce. I guess we'll force back, though we could just be dead now on the crack back to like a show and tell here. They do have the force. They pitch stock up. Okay. Now if they just have show and tell plus fatty, we're just dead. Looks like that's what's happening. Oh, Hull Breacher. Jesus Christ. And we wouldn't have... I don't like this. Classic. Classic, right? All right. Yeah, we're just dead to this Hull Breacher, I think. I don't even know that we can play this Jace. Like, what does Jace do against the Hull Breacher? Not a whole heck of a lot. Not a whole heck of a lot. We need Bowmasters, I guess. Jesus. Double Hull Breacher? What is happening? I want my spoils of the vault. All right. All right. All right. All right. We'll go to the next one. So opponent's playing Hull Breachers. They've got Thought Seizes. I think we want like our removal. So what they're playing, like they're not playing Show and Tell likely. They're playing Wheels. So Bowmaster obviously good against Wheels. I don't know if we want to be Doomsdaying an opponent that I don't know if we want to be Doomsdaying an opponent that's going to kill us with Wheels. Is that crazy? What does cutting Doomsday look like? So we could keep the Street Wraiths. LED would also go out. I could honestly... I could see like Fawns not being too bad here, and also like Carpets or Graph Digger's Cages. Creature cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. Is this ridiculous? Is it ridiculous to do this? I think we can try being tempo gamers. I don't really want to fight through all of these like Hull Breachers. Like that can just go so wrong if you go to the Doomsday. I just don't know if we want Grafdigger's Cage against Echo of Aeons. Playing stock up too. All right, we're going to try the full pivot here. We'll be on the play, and we'll see how it goes. Turn 1 Barrogoyf. Never bad, potentially. See if it works. Hopefully they just had a fawn. All right, Goyf's in. The Goyf is in. They probably put us on turbo, given what they saw in the last game as well, and now we're just pivoting hard, but we'll see. They could still be playing show and tell too, in which case, like I still don't really mind how we sideboarded. Opponent is just passing. That is nice. Can we draw? Oh, that's also very cool. All right, let's start with a Barrogoyf attack. Okay. We'll hit him with the mills. Okay. And then we could just jam this Tamiyo. We could consider try to hit a land, then play Tamiyo. I mean, that would be the most ideal course of action here. But yeah, let's try that actually. I really want to hit a second land drop here. We did find it. But now do I want to play this Tamiyo? I probably think I do. We might have to pitch the Murktide to Force of Negation here, but we shall see. Opponent's going for Undercity Sewers. We've kind of jammed all of our resources into this Barrogoyf. Guess I should have done all this pre-combat because then our Goyf would have been bigger. Undercity Sewers back down. Okay, they've been to Delta, so they're good for lands. There's a Street Wraith. Yeah, let's get into the red zone here. I think we'll use this ability. We'll return Orcish Bowmasters to our hand. I think I'm going to cycle this Wraith now. Down, there's a Ponder. Part of me just wants to jam Murktide now. 1, 2, 3. Murktide or pass with Bowmasters up. Let's pass with Bowmasters up. Our opponent plays Daze. Yeah, I think I'm going to pass with Bowman up here. This also, like, potentially plays around Daze with our Fawn and also Spell Pierce, which we saw last game. This league is fueled by a Starbucks cold brew. Brainstorm into the face of the Orcish Bowmasters. I mean, sure. They're going to force pitch a Borant Oculus. I think we'll force back pitch Ponder. Let's see if the Bowmasters goes in. It does. Send a ping to the face. Brainstorm can resolve. Ping. 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 All right. All right. Do we want to play Doomsday for the next match? I think I'm just going to submit the tempo strategy again. All right, I'm back. And I don't know what my opponent's doing. Like, are they a sneak and show deck? It's unclear. I think I'm just going to not play Doomsday again. We'll just do the tempo thing and see how it goes. Okay. I mean, this hand seems terrible against a Hull Breacher, but we do have some lines of defense for making it not like happen. So I think I'm going to keep it. Certainly not as explosive as the last game. Am I supposed to force this Tamiyo? Um, it's kind of crazy. I don't know if I'm supposed to force this Tamiyo. Something tells me that I don't really want to play against that, but maybe that was just completely foolish. It has the added benefit of uh like filling our graveyard rather quickly for this Murktide Regent as well. Another Force of Wills, not the worst. Another Force of Will is not the worst, but it's also not the best. So what? Now our opponent's just playing like Baleful Strixes. Let's just daze this. I don't know what my opponent's up to. They suddenly just seem to be playing a completely different deck. Yeah, we'll just keep filling our graveyard here. Now we've got the Polluted Delta. We don't want the Dark Ritual. I'm not going to cast this Ponder yet, I don't think. We're just going to go for the end of turn. Undercity Sewer. Hopefully into... What do they have here? Hull Breacher? Not Opposition Agent. Well, I don't want that one to resolve. Okay. Undercity Sewers. Force of Will. I think at this point we just put that into the graveyard. They haven't countered anything else that we've done. Daze is a pretty sweet pickup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can go for the max value Murktide Regent here. And we've got a Daze. We'll see if this works. I mean, they could just plow it. They could play another Baleful Strix. We've been a little aggressive. But we've got a big beater now. It's kind of all come back down to this, though. Attack you for 8, opponent. Let's play out a Delta and pass. 2-turn clock. Orcish Bowmasters. That one's fine. Bowmasters is not going to stop this Murktide. They're going to need something else. Was this a Kaito? Well, that qualifies as something else, unfortunately. Oh, man. Why was my opponent playing Ancient Tomb? What is going on? Now we might just be dead. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Wow. I don't think I can brainstorm here. Oh, that's so unfortunate. The Kaito is going to kill us. Yikes. I was not expecting Kaito out of this opponent. I thought they were playing some like wheel deck. Something completely different than what they were playing. Like, this is so weird. All of a sudden there's just a Tundra. It's like a basic land. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that we're now dead to this Kaito. We really need to find like something like a Bowmaster here. If I cast this Brainstorm, I take 3 damage. I give them a 3/3. Yeah, I think. But then I don't get to cast the Brainstorm. I don't. Oh. Oh, they're just coming in for exactly 6 here. Wow, the Kaito really caught me off guard there. That one's unfortunate. We didn't have a means to counter that Bowmasters anyways, but Kaito was not on my radar. Like the stock ups, are Blue Black Tempo just playing Ancient Tomb now? Like, did they just have like a one of Ancient Tomb in their deck that they happened to have in their opener and they were just playing something else this entire time? I could have been too aggressive with my forcing, but given the way that that panned out, I'm actually glad that I forced all those threads. Okay. I'm going to keep this one. We'll lead on a Thoughtseize here. It's like they could be playing Oops, right? You just kind of have to lead on Thoughtseize these days. Oh no. Okay, they don't have a red source. They do not have a red source. So I think we have to take Ponder. Oh my god. Yep. Let's cast. Put back Jason Doomsday. Maybe we can sneak through here. That basic island could be our opponent's death. Wow, max value. Look at this. They just play another DRC. Yes. Okay. I think we get to get them here. I think we get to get them here. I do believe we get to get them here. Because I believe that we know the exact contents of their hand. And now we just ponder into brainstorm, and then brainstorm into consider, Lion's Eye Diamond, Edge of Autumn with Athos's Oracle. That should check out as far as I understand it. Put the Thassa on the bottom. These skippers here. Cast this skipper. Put those skippers back. Cast the Brainstorm skipper. Put back Bowmasters with Consider back on top. Cast the Lion's Eye Diamond. Hold the Control key. Sack the Bayou. Crack this for triple blue. Draw into the Consider. Bin the Bowman. Cast the Oracle. All right. And there we go. Opponent, I mean, that hand was very threatening, but they tapped out and drew 2 cards that we played, so we had perfect information because of our Thoughtseize and Bob's your uncle. Okay, how do we want to fight against Delver? Something tells me that we can go for the full pivot off the Doomsday again. There. A couple of skippers. A couple of PTs. Then we want to start with our Barogoyfs and our removal spells. Next comes the Carpet of Flowers. And then I guess we can add like 1 Veil of Summer to potentially help some of our threats resolve. It's possible we don't want to be running these Street Wraiths and that those Street Wraiths could be a Fawn in another Veil. Is that crazy? Street Wraith doesn't strike me as that good. Do we want 2 Fawns against Delver or a Veil and a Fawn? I mean, the Veils don't strike me as like super good, but nor does Fawn, to be totally honest. Like Fawn against Delver doesn't seem really like what you want to be doing. So maybe we'll try the Veils. Sure, none of the cards I cut are better than things that I've added. Let's sort by mana value. I mean, yeah, we can jam like this, right? I think we can jam like this. See if we can catch this Delver player off guard with the full Barrogoyf juke, but something tells me that's not going to be the case. Oh, we've got Carpet. Got Bowmaster's Barrogoyf. Ponder, Ponder, Push. I'm going to keep this, potentially on the strength of Carpet of Flowers, but if that gets dazed, then we're kind of just in a really poor position. But now we have a daze. If they have Stifle, I mean, did they have Stifle? Jesus Christ. Sure. Yep. Maybe I was supposed to know that was the case because my opponent played this, and it's a new format, so people tend to play Stifle again, apparently. But, you know, it's good when it's good. I think we're dead now, though. That was just the tempo swing my opponent needed. Yeah. I'll probably scoop before I have to reveal a Barrogoy, but they have 6 cards in their hand now. We have nothing. I kind of just want to go to the next game. There's like... All right. This hand doesn't seem like it does much. I think I'm going to send it back. This hand does things. Certainly. We'll keep it. Do I just put this? I think I just put Veil back. Done. Lead on Island. Ponder. Force Tamiyo Veil. No, we'll draw the Force. That pairs quite nicely with our days. Ideally, then we're going to go the next turn just into the Barrogoyf. We're going to sequence the Petal first, of course. Let's cast a Lotus Petal. Let's cast a Cavern of Souls. Let's name a Lurgoyf. Let's go black, blue, blue. Let's cast this. Now it's a 3/4. End of turn Brainstorm. I think that's fine. Now if we just draw a land for turn and Barrogoyf connects into another Barrogoyf with this Cavern of Souls, that would be awesome. This is going to pump it to a 4/5 as well. Maybe I was just supposed to daze that Brainstorm, but we'll see. Okay, so Wasteland on the Caverns, fine. Right, we knew about the Veil. Well, let's go to Crunchy Town. I don't even know if I'm going to play the Tamiyo. They're going to stifle the Barrogoyf activation. Totally fine. I don't think I'm going to play Tamiyo here. I want to have Daze plus Force backup. Passing. Draw Murktide. Attack with Barrogoyf. Mill 4 cards. Oh, that's nice. Returning Tamiyo here I think is nice. I'm going to play the Tamiyo. This thing goes to the graveyard. Pyroblast. Yeah, that's fine. Would love a fetch land here. Abrupt Decay, not really what we're looking for. Hit him with a Goyf. Mill 5 cards. Now it's a 6/7. Now it's out of double bolt range. Because of the Carpet of Flowers. Oh, that's so sick. Let's pass with Force plus Days Up. Is this Murktide Regent? Fetching. If this is a Murktide, I think... Oh, interesting. Sure. I think I just let them chump, right? Yeah, this is a forced block. I don't even think I want to cast this Brainstorm here. I'm just going to pass. Yeah, we got there. Okay. Wow. So pretty sweet game one where we just thread the needle with a Doomsday. Game two, we got stifled and didn't do anything but discard some Ponders. And then game three, we resolved a turn two uncounterable Barrogoyf through a Cavern of Souls and rode that thing to victory. That's about how you beat Delver these days. They just can't really do much against Barrogoyf. And so, yeah, it's just about resolving that Barrogoyf and then determining where to point your Force of Will at what matters. And the only thing that mattered in that game was either Brazen Borrower, double Lightning Bolt until we had hit the Cavern, or sorry, the Carpet of Flowers or the Murktide. But then the Murktide wasn't enough to trade with the 6/7. And so, yeah. Anyways, we're on the play again here. This hand's not good against Oops All Spells, but I think we're gonna keep it. We're gonna feign blue black tempo, and then we've got a backdoor into Doomsday off the personal tutor. But we're gonna lead on the old Tamiyo here. See how that happens. This hand's also not good at all against like Ancient Tomb strategies. I don't think. We are in the play. We could just leave with Undercity Sewers here too, but I think getting the Tam down doesn't strike me as a bad idea. Do I want to do this off of Basic Island? Like, is that crazy? I've got Ponder. I've got Sewers. I might actually play off the Basic here. So we've got like a number of things we can do with this island, like Ponder and Personal Tutor. I mean, it makes Wasteland on Undercity Sewers a lot better. All right. Phone's playing a blue deck too. Plains. Plow. Ending. Prismatic Ending, Tamiyo. Sure. You have to fight against control again, huh? And there's Bayou. I think I'm just going to jam the Bayou and pass now. There's Wasteland. Sure. Let's play Bowman. Ping you. Wasteland resolves. What's our opponent doing? They got another plow. Sure. There. Yeah, let's go Undercity Sewers. Get a little Surveil-y. Hop on that Surveil train. There's a Murktide Regent. I think we're going to keep that one on top. That's the kind of skipper that can get work done. Potentially. Then let's Pondy. Huh. Okay, let's see. Like, is our opponent playing blue? They are playing blue, so they're playing some kind of crazy control deck here. So hopefully we can feign blue-black tempo for as long as possible, and then like get the game to a point where Doomsday just ends them. And so to this end, I'm gonna deploy a Tamiyo here. If they're gonna Swords this in end step, I'll daze, but I highly doubt they'll do that. And we're gonna draw Murktide for turn. Is this Teferi? Tis a Teferi. I think we'll Days just returning the island here. See what they want to say about that. This Days is going to force a force, pitching Brainstorm. Yeah. I guess you've got a Teferi. You have to bounce my token, though? Or you tick up? Yeah, bounce the token. Sure. Let's make a clue. I think I'm going to jam the Murktide. He's not the biggest, but the Bayou's gone. So yeah, I think I'll go for Underground Sea. Oh, whoops. Sorry, let's go blue, blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jam the Murky Tea, and then we'll pass. We have no way to protect it. Is this Jace bounce Murktide? Supreme Verdict. Yeah, I guess Control's back. I don't really like that, but let's see. Let's cast Ponder. There's just the natural Doomsday. The Force doesn't do much. The Force does not do much in face of the Teferi. Do we want the Doomsday? We don't want any of these other cards. Take the Doomsday. Then we'll cast Personal Tutor. I think we Personal Tutor for Ponder. And then we'll pass. We could have taken Thoughtseize too. I mean, this like telegraphs that we're up to no good, which I really didn't want to do. But next turn, is this fourth Aerlingus? Shh. Lorien reveal, draw 3. Jesus. Okay. Let's cast Ponder. Those are not the cards we were looking for. Any order shuffle. Street Wraith isn't bad. I think I'm going to crack the clue now. Pedal. Okay. They've now seen too many cards. And it's going to be very hard for us to resolve a Doomsday here, I would imagine. Flipping that Tamiyo immediately. So I guess we have to put Doomsday on the stack right now. Oh, there's the Wasteland. So we're not even afforded the luxury of doing that. This game is now over. And I think we can carry on to the next one. Well, I suppose we will try. I've got the Force. So I guess I have to cycle Street Wraith in response here. And we can't actually respond with Force anyways, so what was I even doing? Yeah, we'll scoop this one up. They're going to return Force to their hand off the Tamiyo, and then, yeah, the game's just over. Okay. So yeah, these control matchups, I don't really like being the Tempo Doomsday deck. I feel like maybe I'm wrong. They could have Dress Down. Okay. How were we boarding the last time? We cut like a Street Wraith and a Pedal. We brought in some of these, and I think I cut like, Force. Oh, yeah, Murktide. We don't want to cut both of those. I think I cut a Force and a Daze. I could cut 2 Forces. Like, Veils are just better. Like, if the Teferi sneaks through, then I like leading on Veil before I Doomsday, but yeah. I think this is how we will proceed. And I mean, this hand's not great, but I'm going to keep it, I think. And is there a world where we just pass? I kind of don't mind just passing here. I'd like to Undercity Sewers for land in the end step. If they go Tamiyo, we can daze it. So we'll Undercity Sewers. We're really looking for a second land here. Street Wraith. I think we can put that one into the bin. There's a second land. It really sucks that it telegraphs kind of what we're up to. Let's Thoughtseize first. I guess I'll take the plow. And now they've got Wasteland, which is super unfortunate. Carpet of Flowers. Well, let's name Orc. Yep. I mean, not a whole lot. Like, I don't want to force a brainstorm, I don't think, but like, I don't know. I just feel like we're just completely shit canned here in a way. I kind of feel like we're totally shit canned. There's a deafening silence. I'll let it go. Land. Can't cast more than one non-creature spell each turn. That means, let's see if they want to counter this carpet. Force Pitch Force, sure. I kind of thought they were going to counter it. Maybe I was just supposed to pass with the bowman up, but the force is now gone. There's a Tamiyo of their own. I think we're going to force pitch Daze on the Tamiyo. And yep. Now we'll pass. Deafening Silence is going to do a good job at stopping us from going Dark Ritual Doomsday. They play the Otawara. Oh, what is this? Is this Murktide? Another Tamiyo, sure. Let's play an Orc. Blue card? Tamiyo of our own. But it is a blue card, so blue card is good. Too bad Tamiyo's not an Orc, I guess. They're going to start making clues. If they want to flip the Tamiyo, they kind of have to kill the Bowmaster, right? Or like brainstorming in the face of a Bowmaster. Like they kind of need removal spell first, but we've got Force of Will for their removal spell. Supreme Verdict kills their Tamiyo. There's a Teferi. I mean, that's going to turn off our force, so we might as well hit them with that. Then maybe they've got Plow for the Bowman here. Well, we fetched this Bayou instead of an Underground Sea, so that one's on us. Something tells me this Bowmaster is not going to be enough. Yeah, they're making more clues. Playing Tundra. I guess they don't have that plateau anymore. They brainstormed it away. Okay. We are drawing. Land. Oh, Edge of Autumn. Edge of Autumn hilariously gets us Basic Island. Let's attack. And then let's cast Edge of Autumn. They're going to spell pierce the Edge of Autumn. Okay. As one does. So now they've got Mystic Sanctuary. The Mystic Sanctuary is going to get the Swords to Plowshares for the Bowmaster, and then we're dead, unfortunately. That sucks. So yeah, here comes Mystic Sanctuary. They put Swords to Plowshares on top of their deck. They'll probably crack the Clue. Crack Clue into Swords. Mm-hmm. Again. Tamiyo will flip here. Are they just going to kill the Orc army at this point? Yeah, they are just swordsing the Orc army. I mean, yeah. This one feels like it is now slipped away. There's Doomsday, which we just can't cast because of the deafening silence. They can't activate their Tamiyo until they've killed the Bowmaster, so I guess that's happening now. Sure. What is this? It smells like a fourth Erlingus. Maybe I was supposed to force the deafening silence and we're actually just gonna lose to that. But I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure about that. They're just passing. I mean, our draws have been pretty atrocious as well. Play a blue spell, opponent. Tamiyo's going to be ready to get us. Oh my heavens. Can it draw all the cards now? There's no way they activate this in place of a Bowmaster. Are you serious? Okay. Sure. All right. All right. One more round. Let's see if we can clench the 3-2 here. I feel like we just got absolutely hosed there. Sorry, that last game was not very exciting. I guess I could have like fetched for a different land and I could have forced the deafening silence, in which case they would have forced back. But yeah. Oh. Deck is certainly interesting. I don't not like it. It's just not really my play style these days. Is mostly my feelings about it. Like I maybe I'm just playing it completely wrong. I just don't understand how it works, but it just kind of feels like you can like cast a creature, it will never be good enough at winning you the game, so it's at best just a distraction. So I kind of feel like I'd rather just be playing like straight up normal Doomsday. I could be wrong about that, but that's just the feeling that I have here. I think it's definitely something though that's worth experimenting or trying. On the play again, we've got Doomsday, Jace, Bowmaster's Thoughtseize. I guess we'll keep. And again, right, we're just in this oops all spells metagame where I think we just have to Polluted Delta Underground Sea Thoughtseize our opponent, because if we don't with a hand like this, we might just be dead. And then they could like wasteland us, chalice us, do 100 different things. But we'll poke them with the Thoughtseize. What do you got for me, Chisela? Jesus Christ. I guess I'll take their Dothy. And I'll try to Bowmaster their Bowmaster. We're just playing Swamp and passing. We'll play Delta Pass. Urborg into Cabal Ritual. Okay. Into Thoughtseize. Sure, I think. They take my Bowmasters, I guess. And then they're going to play their own Bowmasters. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm in Undercity Sewers. We're going to have to. This Bowmaster's going to be a little interesting for us. Do I want Force of Will? I kind of don't mind, actually. Picking up the Force. Doomsday to 7. Bowmasters hits us. Let's cast Doomsday. Let's put land. Where's Tropical Island? Over here. Land, Trop, Bale, Thassa, Edge. Okay. Pass the turn. Upkeep, draw island, play island. We go to 7, we go to 5, we play island. We play Jace. We activate Jace. We mill Thassa, Veil. Draw Edge. Go to 4. Oh, we'll do something like this. Drop on the bottom. I don't know if this is good or not, but we'll see. We just gotta hope they don't draw another ritual for this Fell the Profane. Okay, the Fellmire's coming in. If they have another Bowmasters, we're also... Oh, God. Don't hit Jace. Oh, yes, 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 yes. All right, we got lucky there. I wasn't going to force it, though. Oh. Interestingly enough, I thought I could fetch away that... Actually, am I stupid? For some reason, I thought I still had this. Oh, man. This is kind of absurd, isn't it? I think I actually just have to pass. I actually screwed this up. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I kind of messed up that pile. I thought that I could cast Jace and fetch with the Polluted Delta. Wow, yeah, we got very lucky there, though, even just with the Jace not getting discredited to the Hymn to Turok. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, they're playing black, so I think we actually want these Veil of Summers. They're playing Bowmasters, so like having these removal spells isn't the worst idea. They probably also are playing opposition agents, right? Then we can probably cut our own Orcish Bowmasters. Those just strike me as not really what we want to be doing. See, we're on the draw, so I could see cutting a Daze. And these Tamiyos don't strike me as that good either. So we could cut a Cavern of Souls before we cut the second Tamiyo. And yeah, let's run it like this. To be very cautious for opposition agent. That's the one we don't want to see. Opponents on the play. This one seems a little meandering, but we'll keep it, I think. Starting with a ley line of the void. Interesting. Oh, because they play Helm. Right. Because they play Helm. They got Leyline Go? Okay. Let's just never pass without having Veil up this game if we can help it. Could they just forget to play something on their first turn there? There's a Chrome Mox. Like, oh, we'll let that go. Hope they go for a Hymn to Turok into a Veil of Summer. Beseech the Mirror. Another Chrome Mox. Yeah. They're going all in on something here. I guess they have Opposition Agent. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to play the Undercity this time. So we kind of have to keep... We kind of have to keep the Thassa there, because if we bin it, it just goes to exile. So we'd prefer it to be in our deck. I mean, I smell the Opposition Agent. Why else would my opponent just pitch their whole hand, right? So now, do we fetch into the Agent and then push the Oppo? Or do we just draw the Thassa? I think we'll just draw the Thassa, to be honest. Now I'm going to ponder. We'll just go for the any order shuffle. Take this consider. All the spells that we use, though, are spells that we cannot use in our Doomsday. Yeah, there's the Opposition Agent. So let's fetch in response to that. We'll grab a Bayou. The Agent can resolve. Oh, shit. I didn't have the stop on. I was supposed to push the Agent there. Here's a Hymn. We'll Veil in response to him. Grab a Daze. I guess I'll just push the Oppo. I really want to do that in my end step so I didn't have to burn the pedal. And then we'll probably consider here. Our Murktide's not doing anything. So we're going to cut the Murktide, certainly. Brainstorm. We've already got one of those. I'm just going to put it in the graveyard. Yeah, Consider's gone. One of the petals is gone. Draw another push. I guess now I'll cast Brainstorm. Let's put this Oracle back into the deck. I guess we'll put the Dark Ritual on top. So we'll play out the Trop. We'll jam a Tam. I assume that they probably have something like a Fatal Push, a Dothy Voidwalker. Yeah, Dothy's fine. I'm just going to push the Voidwalker. Sorry, my cat now believes it's dinner time. Exactly 56 minutes before it's supposed to be dinner time. Am I supposed to Dark Ritual out a Street Wraith here? Is that stupid? Probably. Yeah, let's just pass with the Tamiyo Clue Train here. Opponent's passing the turn. Crack the clue. I mean, Bowmasters would be an annoying draw. Right, there's the Oracle on top. Can we find just a namesake here? Tamiyo in. Might just crack said clue right now. They do have a Bowmaster. I'll force it. We'll ponder. Oh, I don't mind Veil of Summer, but these other cards are kind of bad. Now we'll flip this Tamiyo, which literally doesn't do much. Thoughtseize. If they take Oracle, I have to win with Jace, which is hilarious. Yep, Oracle's gone. Jace, you're our only hope. I still don't think that I want to play the Street Wraith here yet. Is this him? Yeah? Well, they're doing a pretty good job of controlling us. Am I supposed to play this Street Wraith? Nah. I don't think so. Yeah, let's cast Personal Tutor. Let's put a Doomsday on top of the deck. We're going to have to figure out how we beat another Shieldred's Edict. Okay. Chrome Mox. Pitch Dothy. Beseech. Okay. What do you got? If it's Helm, you can't activate it, as far as I'm aware. Oh, shit. Oh, no, no, no. All right. I guess we'll shuffle away. Yeah, we're screwed now. Jesus. I forgot that they could just get Oppo. I really... Oh, man. Well, let's just hardcast this Street Wraith then. I think I'll hit him with the Thoughtseize. They have more beaters in their deck than we have in ours, which is what's problematic here. So I guess we can cast the Murktide now, which is funny as a 3/3 flyer, but a lot of our cards are gone. There's like one Tamiyo left. I don't have the Bowmasters in here because I wanted to Doomsday my opponent, but now we're very far from Doomsdaying, and our opponent's winning the race because I Thoughtseized. I guess if we naturally draw Jace, that's pretty good. But now we have to start staring at each other. I don't think I can attack again. I shouldn't have Thoughtseized. I don't think I should have Thoughtseized. Did I lose the race when I Thoughtseized? Karn. Force of Will your Karn. Brainstorm. You can't Bowmaster me now, so I might as well cast this. Put back Dark Ritual and Doomsday. We'll cast Ponder. Any order shuffle. Cast Lotus Petal. Cast Lotus Petal. Play Underground Sea. Pass the turn. Hymn to Turok. A Veil of Summer draw card. Force is an excellent draw. I don't think that I'm allowed to attack. And so I'll pass. I wish I had a Barrowgoyf now. I forgot that they could get that opposition agent. Another Force. There's one more Veil left in our deck. 23 cards left. Another Dark Ritual. Jesus Christ. I think there's still another Street Wraith in our deck, which we could draw. Well, there's a basic Swamp. 3 cards. Well, I guess we'll play out the Misty at this point. Another Doomsday is not going to help. Oh, my kidney for a Profane command or something. And I'm going to fall asleep at the wheel here, folks. Abrupt Decay. Do I even want to cast the Doomsday now, though? Like, I kind of just want to attack with Street Wraith and pass. I kind of don't want to cast the Doomsday. Another land. Draw. And put them to 1. And then I think I just want to cast this Street Wraith. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I go Dark Ritual, cast Street Wraith. I think I still have 1 Underground Sea left in my deck, which means that I can still have double Force Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we would have double Force Up. Okay, so that was quite the quite the grind there at the end against Mono Black. The opposition agent put us into a weird spot, and then I kind of just felt as though when we actually cleared the oppo that I probably shouldn't have even cast the Abrupt Decay on that turn to kill it. But yeah, the double Street Wraith was certainly a good way to get our opponent dead there. What do I think about this list? I mean, I think it's really cool. Like, certainly if you like playing with creatures in your Doomsday deck, like, this seems pretty awesome. I really like how this is somewhere between turbo and tempo. Like, we saw both the tempo and the turbo packages working out quite nicely. I kind of am inclined to think that if I was on my Bug Turbo Doomsday deck, I might have felt a little more comfortable against the blue-white control opponents. But then I would have felt less comfortable against the Delver opponent, which we just slaughtered with Barrogoyf, right? So yeah, it's a give or take. It probably comes down to play style. I can't say that I piloted this with 100% accuracy. We did get the 3-2. We lost to the blue-black tempo with Ancient Tomb. That one was like, I don't know, I kind of in my mind thought they were playing a completely different deck, and I was not thinking of Kaito at all there. And so, like, there was no way to interact with the Kaito on the stack, and we lost to the Kaito, which makes perfect sense. I might have been able to play that slightly differently. And then we also, did we lose to the blue-white, the second blue-white control opponent? So we split control 1-1. The second opponent, like, yeah, I feel like we just weren't able to fight through everything that they had. They had us locked out under that deafening silence, which led to a really kind of long and meandering game. In any case, like, this is, I guess, Bug Tempo Doomsday. I don't have much else to say to it. I don't know if this Murktide was right. Like, the Murktide was certainly good in some spots there. There's other spots where I was kind of indifferent to it. It's possible it should just be a 4th Tamiyo. Like, Tamiyo's sweet. The Tamiyo didn't really come up for us in terms of, like, pile, like when it's flipped as a planeswalker to, like, return the Edge of Autumn, give us a blue mana cycle. I think we were, like, pretty close, or I had in my mind that we were close to setting something like that up, but then I believe, I don't know, something happened that meant that we couldn't actually go through with it. In terms of the sideboard, I'm pretty happy. I think there's no reason to be playing the Long Goodbye over Abrupt Decay. I don't know if I'm right about that, but that's my feeling at least. But but yeah, I guess if you want to see more content with this deck, like check out Neville Shoot, Martin Nielsen's recent video, and then I'm not sure if there's content on Eureka's Patreon yet playing this tempo deck, but I'm sure that might surface sooner than later as well. So you could keep an eye out for that if you're looking for more Tempo Doomsday action. Maybe we'll return to this list again at some point. I certainly enjoyed and had a bit of fun playing it, but I do want to go back to this bug turbo deck that I was working on in the previous video and try to do something with that. Again, not 100% sure where I'm at with this list yet, but it did feel pretty sweet to me the last time we were playing it, and it lends itself a little bit more to my style of play, which has been moving more in the combo-y direction than the tempo direction. But in any case, I hadn't really showcased a Tempo Doomsday deck on the channel yet, so this is my attempt to do that, and we'll probably return to it again at various points because I do now have these Tamiyos again, which is pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to experimenting more with Tamiyo. Perhaps I'll take the Esper variation of the Control Doomsday deck for a spin as well. But in any case, if you've been enjoying the videos, like we've really drop a like, drop a subscribe if you haven't already. It'd mean a lot to me. Thanks to everyone who already has done that and has showed continuous support with these videos. It's quite awesome. The views have been kind of getting larger on each video. We were kind of around like 150 to 200 views a while ago, and now we seem to be hitting like around 400, and I think one of the videos even hit 500 views, so that's pretty awesome. Thank you so much to everybody for being here. It kind of motivates me to continue doing this a little bit, though I would probably be doing it anyways. This was Bug Tempo Doomsday a la Eureka and Neville Shoot. And I hope you all have a wonderful day wherever you are. This is the Semiotician signing out and wishing you all the best.